becoming like a fab, how would I say, a social thing that people want to express because they feel okay now. For me to be spiritual, I must be able. Maybe I must collect crystals. Maybe I must do the tarot and stuff like that, right? So for me, I do tarot now. But when I started my spirituality part, I never go into tarot because tarot was not what my guide showed to me, basically, right? But I was shown crystals. I was drawn to crystals. I started learning about crystals when I was overseas in UAE, right? I when I was working there, then I learned about crystals, all the basic spiritual things. I learned about spell work. I learned about witchcraft. I learned all those things because I was curious. I wanted to know. And the story is that way before I even had my awakening, way before I left the church, I used to work in an organization. We used to do night shift, and I was always curious and googling different concepts about what is devil worshipping, satanism. I wanted to know all those things because we were told that, oh, these things are scary, you don't even think about it because whatever, right? The whole idea is that religion teaches you fear, and that fear doesn't allow you to be curious and go do the research because you're just so scared of what you're going to find on the other end, right? Because of the fear that's instilled in your religious teachings. Okay, so now spirituality is all about you having an internal shift, right? It's about you. It's about your internal life, your own internal experience. Religion is an outside experience where you have to go to a church, belong to a organization, and have a group of people and belong to this organization, right? Which is a sense of belonging. You get my point? I understand where that's coming from anyway, right? And there's nothing wrong or right about that. But anyway, it takes you away from yourself. And you're actually serving an entity, a God that is outside of you. So all of you people gather with all your issues and problems in one big building, and you're here to serve this one God that you can never see and you don't know. And y'all are told that y'all are lesser than this God, that this God is now y'all's leader, y'all's father, and y'all are all children, and now you must depend on this specific God. The God of is it the God of the Jews, actually, right? That's where Christianity is coming from. Okay, but anyway, so the shift will happen. Okay, you will sense that something is different forever. Something, because once you get that awakening, your life changes totally. You don't see life the same. You don't see people the same. You don't see your family you the same. You don't see even your workspace and where you work, your career, your physical mundane life doesn't feel the same. Right? You'll change forever within yourself, right? Because you dare to ask a question, you dare to say yes to this awakening, right? You start questioning all your beliefs, every belief systems, your identity, your social norms. You start questioning all these things, right? Because awakening demands you to wake up and understand what's going on and question it, demands it, right? Without the questioning, you cannot get the awakening, because then you're asking questions, right? And when you ask questions, you shall get answers. And those answers now are going to make you see life differently, make you see and think of yourself as yourself differently. That's the whole idea about awakening, okay? So it's a deep longing for meaning, purpose, and truth. You want a deep longing for meaning, purpose, and truth, right? You want to understand what's the meaning of life. Is it all only about getting up and going to work, going to school, getting married, having children, paying bills, maybe doing sport things, physical activities and stuff like that? You want to know what's going on, what's life all about, right? Then you suddenly get downloads and insights. Okay, now this happened to me after I started meditating. Okay, for me, you see, every person's process is different. Okay, for me, I had to quiet my mind, I have to calm myself down, I had to start understanding my key thoughts, my key frequency, right, by me using meditation. That's when I started getting the downloads. Okay, so, and it only took me a while, because people think that there's a time frame for everything, right? Spirit doesn't work like that. Spirit will only reveal things to you when you are ready for it. So